Hey guys, welcome back to another casual plastic modeling video. Today I've got another classic slash vintage Monogram white box kit for you. This is the 1/48 scale P-39 Airacobra. Personally, this is one of my favorite aircraft from World War II because it is just so different, especially with that mid-engine. But anyways, I got this from eBay a few weeks ago, and of course, I'm excited to look at it, but I haven't even opened the box yet. I remember building this kit when I was probably about, I would say, 6 or 7 years old. In fact, I've probably built this kit a couple of times, but it was in a different box than this. It's originally a 1969 tooling. This particular box art, though, is from 1973. And then in 1976, they changed the box art again. So for 3 years, they were manufactured with this particular artwork, which I think this is really cool because this actually shows the model kit itself. So, in the very front here on the top, we've got can be built in one of 4 versions, includes detailed interiors, molded in authentic color, 1/48 scale of course, midship engine Air Force plane. Okay. Very to the point. First long end, got some detailed pictures of a built kit. Details may be painted to match photos in the box. And Monogram, a Mattel company. My grandmother actually retired. I believe she retired, but I know she at least worked for Mattel for a very long time manufacturing Barbie dolls. So I know a little bit about the Mattel company. First short end, kit number 6844. Looks like somebody at one point tried to sell this for $2.35. Probably a yard sale or something like that. Other long end, one more bigger picture of an assembled kit. And over here, this unique Air Force plane was designed by Bell Aircraft, located behind the cockpit. The Allison 12-cylinder engine drove the propeller through an 8-foot shaft. This left the nose section free for installation of heavy armament. This kit can be assembled as one of 4 versions. Cockpit door can be mounted closed or open to show the highly detailed interior. Access panels for engine and gun compartments are removable. Cement and paint not included. This here says copyright 1963 and 1973. From looking at scale mates, this is a 1969 tooling, so I could be wrong with that. Maybe I didn't look at the entire history on scale mates or something like that, but from what I saw, this is a 1969 tooling. This looks like it is exactly the same. Yeah, it's the same as the other side. Age 10 through adults. Alright, let's pop this open. Again, I haven't even looked at this yet. From what I saw from the pictures on eBay, the decals are roached, which, that's fine. It's easy to find replacement decals for these kits, or at least these aircraft in this scale, even if it's for a different manufacturer, kit manufacturer. 99% out of 100, you're going to be able to at least trim down the decals to work on this kit. But yeah, lots of options out there. Let's take a look at it, see what we're getting ourselves into. I probably won't even build this kit. More than likely, I'm just going to display it. So there's that. We can already see that the decals are in pretty bad condition. Yeah, this is even separated from the backing paper, but we'll take a better look at that in a little bit. They are definitely gone. It's like first thing we've got is fuselage halves. The cannon's a little bit bent there, but that doesn't bother me a whole heck of a lot. Again, probably not even going to build this kit. The Allison engine is molded into the fuselage, which is fine. As you guys probably know by now, if I do build this kit, I'm gonna just cover that access panel anyways. I'm not gonna have it open. Not a whole lot of detail on the interior there. And, of course, raised panel lines, but that is to be expected from this era of kit. Port side fuselage half. The cloth-covered control surfaces. I can't talk tonight for some reason. Cloth-covered control surfaces. Say that 3 times fast. have a little bit of a different texture, which is nice. All in all, I mean, even with the raised panel lines, it's a decent kit. But again, you know, it's Monogram and Revell from this time period were really decent kits. In a world where a lot of kits were just built to be, you know, slammed together with tube glue and played with, they actually had some detail. Looks like we've got two different options for exhaust. There is our nose cone, spinner cover, whatever you want to call it. The car door for the starboard side. Decent amount of detail on the instrument panel. There's our cover for our guns for the starboard side. Again, raised panel lines. Not too bad. Who knows, maybe I will build this kit. Got some wheels and tires there. Looks like we've got some access panels, or I should say landing gear covers, for the main landing gear. That looks like it's probably a little gun sight right there. And propeller. Some more gear doors. There's our giant cannon. Interesting little sprue with some parts missing on it. And here's our clear parts. Not too bad. Of course, they have to be polished if I intend to build this kit, because they've been floating around in the box for forever. Not bad. Not as thick as I'm used to seeing, too, with a lot of the older kits. It does have a little prop rod that goes on the tail so that it's not a tail sitter, but I'll just add weight to it if I want to build this kit. Looks like nose gear doors, main landing gear, and the cockpit floor. And actually that right there is part of the 8-foot drive shaft that goes to the propeller all the way to the engine that's back here. And we've got the underneath of the wings. Almost looks like somebody tried to sand some stuff off there, but I have a feeling that that is probably just from sitting in the box for so many years. I don't know. That could be where somebody tried to sand it. Nah. Now, I think that's just rub from being inside this box for so many years. Nose gear doors. So there's the nose gear doors right there. Got some Browning 50 cal machine guns. One half of the drop tank. Other half of the drop tank. Half of a bomb, which I didn't see the other pieces of the bomb here. I have a feeling this kit's missing some parts. I'll have to go through it and look, but that looks like it's probably a battery or radio box that goes behind the pilot. And our pilot. Doesn't look too bad. Take a gander at the instructions real quick here. Painting of decals. I'll let you guys take a look at that. Pause it if you'd like. Oh, this is folded incorrectly. Looks like somebody tried to build this kit at one point. Alright, here is the front part of the instructions. And again, there's 4 different versions that you can build here. P400, P39D1, P39D2, and P39L1, which of course was the Lend-Lease to Russia. Usual information on the aircraft itself. And I forgot that Monogram used to have these giant blown up pictures for the instructions. 7 steps to successful model building. Easy peasy. Step Step number 1, of course, is literally the entire cockpit and the pilot. Shows you the different colors to paint the pilot in, depending on which option you are doing for the final scheme. And steps, I guess it would be 1-1 through 11 for completing step 1. Step number 2, putting everything into the fuselage, deciding which version you're going to do. Will decide which exhaust you put on the engine, propeller, the dock door for the starboard side, all that stuff, horizontal stabilizers, and of course gluing the fuselage together. And step number 3, putting the wing tops onto the wings itself, bottom of the wing / bottom of the fuselage, and then gluing them to the fuselage. And it looks like step number 4 is putting all the little stuff on there. Actually, I think I did find 2 halves to that bomb, so since it goes center line instead of the drop tank, then that kind of makes sense why there's only 1 total. And then, of course, the 2 different... okay, so those were the 2 halves of the access panel for the starboard side if you wanted to do it open. Okay, that makes sense. There's where you put the car door in, and of course, glass inside there. And there it is. Final painting instructions. P-39L1, which is the Lend-Lease Russian aircraft. P-39D1, 347th Fighter Group, 67th Fighter Squadron, Guadalcanal 13th Air Force. P-39D2, 54th Fighter Group, 57th Fighter Squadron in Alaska. And there's the P-400, 347th Fighter Group, 67th Fighter Squadron, Guadalcanal. Is this the same one as that one there? Probably is. Let's see. 67th Fighter Squadron, that's number 56. Okay, so it's just a different aircraft in the exact same squadron. Makes sense. And of course, if the decals weren't thrashed, this is probably the version that I would do, because it just looks a lot fancier. Hell's bells. Okay. Now, let's take a look at these completely roached decals. They are thin, and they are done. You can go ahead and put the rest of Army up there. And it's a shame, too, because these decals, especially for the time period, the decals don't look half bad at all. I mean, they look like they're in register. They're well printed. You can actually read the small script. They're decent decals. Yeah, that roundel's a little messed up, too. Bummer. If this is a kit from 73, is that the print date from when these decals were actually printed? Was it April of 79? It can't be, because this kit was supposedly only until 1973. But, I mean, again, I just recently started using scale mates because, to be honest with you, before I started this channel, it didn't really matter that much to me. But it has opened up a whole new world of information about these models. And I still have a decent amount of learning to do on that website. All right, so there you go. Monogram's 1/48 scale P-39 Airacobra from 1973, or at least this box art is from 1973. Best I could tell. Throw down in the comments what you guys think about this kit. Personally, I love these old kits. Not a ton of detail, but just enough to get you by, and there's just a lot of nostalgia in here, and I really appreciate all you guys going down memory lane with me, and hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe you learned something. But either way, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Best way to support the channel. Welcome to everybody who has recently subscribed to us and started watching the videos. It means a whole lot to me in building this channel. But yeah, it's completely free, and if you change your mind at some point, you can always unsubscribe. Throw it a like if you liked it. Throw it a dislike if you didn't like it. But if you didn't like it, let me know in the comments why you didn't like it. And make sure you tick the bell to get notification every single time that I do upload a video. Until next time, guys, I love you all. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Happy modeling.